Welcome back. You're watching The Buck Stops Here. The big political story tonight. The gloves are off in the battle between the centre and the state, with the Aam Aadmi Party today insisting that it was an emergency-like situation in Delhi after its law minister was taken into custody by the Delhi police on charges of having falsified his educational degree documents. The Aam Aadmi Party may have been able to make an argument till the court delivered its verdict. The matter in court, heard for a long time, ended with a 4-day remand for the law minister. On the program today, we're asking, in this war of perceptions, who's ahead? Remember Arvind Kejriwal and that interview to me just a few days ago where he actually called the Lieutenant Governor a political agent of the BJP? Have these developments, in a sense, made a political martyr out of the Aam Aadmi Party, or have they pushed the Aam Aadmi Party on the defensive? Let's introduce our panel this evening. Joining us from the Aam Aadmi Party is its leader Saurabh Bhardwaj. From the BJP, we're joined by Shazia Ilmi. With me in the studio is TSR Subramaniam, former Cabinet Secretary. Ashok Malik is still with us, senior journalist. And of course, we're also joined by Vivek Tankha, former Additional Solicitor General. First reactions from you, Saurabh. Through the day, you had your leadership arguing that it was a political decision. Now what has happened is a court decision. So in some ways, it has weakened your argument in saying that this is a BJP conspiracy. How do you react?
I think you are right in some sense, but we still hold on the same thing, that the way this whole thing was enacted, the way the FIR was registered late night yesterday, the way, they picked up our minister with 30 policemen, the way they showed it in the, court, that they first arrested the minister at 10 AM and then in the police station they served him a notice to join investigation at 12:30 PM. It shows that, there is a lot of farce, and police is trying to manipulate a lot of things. I do understand that court has given some remand for 4 days to the police, but it does not, it shows that there is a lot of manipulation which is going on, and police is trying to make up a case. Yes, courts do have less time to understand things, and sometimes they do give such orders, but we are going to challenge it in the higher courts.
Okay.
And we still believe that police is being partial and being biased against Aam Aadmi Party and its government.
Let me bring in Shazia at this point. Shazia, the fact of the matter is that many people nobody is willing to say who's right and who's wrong in terms of the specific allegation against the law minister. Maybe he falsified his documents, maybe he didn't. The court will decide that. I think what people wanted to ask today was there a need to arrest him? Given the backdrop of the battle between the Lieutenant Governor in Delhi, between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, won't the Aam Aadmi in order think that this is political vendetta?
Well, that's the kind of case they are trying to portray. Look at the sense of the narcissism, megalomania or delusions of grandeur, so to speak, that Arvind Kejriwal feels that not just the LG, but the Prime Minister morning to night works against him, that the Ministry of Home Affairs has nothing better to do, that the LG has nothing else to do but to have, snatch conspiracies, hatch conspiracies against them and do kind of swoops and snoops on them. I really think there is a limit to the level of martyrdom that Arvind Kejriwal is willing to play. But it is now leading to law of diminishing returns about cry wolf. Cry wolf, you keep saying cry wolf, and eventually you lose credibility. So is everybody against you? The Bar Council is against you, LG is against you. Now they'll say the court is against them. The police is against them. And BJP has many other political adversaries. There are many other very big states where BJP is not in power.
Okay, let me bring in Vivek Tankha. Shazia, you use a very interesting phrase that, that Arvind Kejriwal thinks of himself as a martyr. Vivek Tankha, both from a legal and just ordinary personal perception, what have we just seen happen here?
Barkha, I'll put it in just 2 sentences. I think it's a sad day for our democracy. We never envisaged that police actions could be done in such a manner. It's never envisaged. Are we reducing our country to a police state? Is it going to be a banana?
But the police will now say the court could have decided otherwise. The court could have technically said, let this minister go at once.
I'm not sure on that, because if they're asking for a police remand and if there is the sentence of a particular section is more than say 10 years or 15 years or whatever, then the court may not have jurisdiction even to pass that order. It may be done in a higher court. But that apart.
Okay, so why is it a sad day for democracy? Because these documents have been released which show mismatched roll numbers, for example, in the undergrad degree of Mr. Tomar. There is the whole question of whether he even got his LLB degree based on a valid BA degree. The LLB is the one he discloses in an affidavit. This is all on paper. This is what's been produced in court today. This is documents released by the police. So why do you call it a sad day for democracy?
As a lawyer and as a good citizen, we don't expect police to be arresting people for every such offences.
So you think even if it's true, it didn't demand an arrest?
I'll tell you why. This arrest, you arrest people because you want to investigate something. Now, in this case, the investigation is based on record.
Yeah.
I mean, you have gone to the university, you found out whether he has a record, he doesn't have a record. That's good enough.
So there was no need for the arrest. Now, T.S.R. Subramaniam and Shazia, I know you're smiling and I will come to you, but one of the things the Deputy Chief Minister said today was, is Mr. Tomar a terrorist? Is he a mafiosi? Is he some hardened criminal? Is he in danger of running away? Why can't you just let the court, you've got all this evidence, place it in court, make a strong argument. What is the need for this kind of swoop and this arrest where the speaker, by the way, is saying that I was not informed. The police is saying we sent a fax to the speaker. From what I understand, the speaker's consent is needed.
He has to be informed.
He has to be informed.
Okay, so there are two versions of whether he was informed.
The record shows they've been informed by, they got the timing of the fax which was sent to him.
Yeah.
And therefore, officially, they look, sad day for democracy to that extent, I will agree. But that happened, I think, when we had a law minister in Delhi with doubtful credentials. That is a sad day. A law minister comes and he doesn't step aside till the matter is settled. There have been so many sad days in the last 15-20 days, number one. Number two, for me, what has happened today in the last couple of days is unfortunate, but not illegal. What the police have done was not illegal. It's very important. It's not unconstitutional, unusual. It may be strange, not illegal.
Won't it be seen as vendetta given the backdrop against which it's happening?
No perceptions. I am not going to go into perception. I am looking at two larger issues here. One larger issue is Mr. David Quixote Kejriwal, when he tilts against the Government of India machine.
You're talking about tilting at windmills.
Yes.
You almost lost me there for a moment. I thought there was a new character in this play that I had missed.
He has to ensure that he doesn't live in a glass house. He cannot throw stones if he lives in a glass. He has to be squeaky clean here. And in this case, I have been caught.
Okay,
one more point here.
Okay.
Assume the demand is to make Delhi a full state. Assume police were with Delhi. Assume that for right or wrong reasons, or impossible reasons, well or ill or terribly, the union law minister is arrested today. Union prime minister is arrested today. I would say it's a tragedy.
You're saying Arvind Kejriwal, if he got statehood, would go and arrest the union minister? He will say that your police just arrested my minister.
He has been asking for it for the last month. I am of the view that as a constitutional authority, he should work under the constitution.
Okay, I want to bring in Ashok.
Cooperate
Ashok. Can I just add brief question? The politics of it. You know, Arvind Kejriwal gave an interview to me in which the language he used was seen as very intemperate by a lot of people. You know, saying that Amit Shah ka chowkidar bhi bulayega, to Lieutenant Governor will go crawling. But if you distance yourself from it, he's talking to his political constituency. Every politician talks to their constituency. Arvind Kejriwal will turn around and say, see, that day I said the Prime Minister is politically insecure about me. He wants to come after me. He's scared we'll do this in other states. And that's what's happened.
But I have 3 points to make. Yeah. One, despite what the court has done, and it's validated the arrest, and one has to respect that, I think the arrest was overdone. Yeah. Because as far as I know, you arrest a person when you've completed your investigation and you're on the verge of a charge sheet, or when you believe you need him to provide evidence and he could be destroying evidence. Yeah. I don't think either of those circumstances obtained in this case. Yeah. So I found it strange that he was arrested. He could have been questioned perhaps, but arrested, and for 4-day remand, I'm pretty sure the High Court will have another view on this. Yeah. That's my personal gut feeling. Second, Mr. Subramaniam is right that the law minister of Delhi of any state needs to have less doubtful credentials.
But you know, there have been allegations made against a BJP minister.
Fair enough.
Mr. Katheria. For mark sheets, he was accused of falsifying, then that was set aside.
Right,
Smriti Irani was accused of falsifying her affidavit, not now, but in 2004. That's still in court.
It's in court.
So Aam Aadmi Party will turn around and say these people were not arrested while the trial was on.
I'm not suggesting he should have been arrested, but perhaps Mr. Tomar could consider stepping down as minister till the case is resolved. The third point I'd like to make is, despite his fabulous victory in the Delhi Assembly elections, Mr. Kejriwal has still not given me and a lot of other people confidence that he wants to get down to serious governance, and he's not looking to make a mart of himself yet again and just run.
Okay, let me take this Shazia and Saurabh. Shazia, I'll start with you. The fact is that there are other leaders who face similar charges, and Ashok Malik is making an important point that you can very well make a political argument for Mr. Tomar to step down, especially given the very morally absolutist positions that the Aam Aadmi Party takes. That is not the same as detaining or arresting him. That's not the same as shoving him into 4 days of custody, even though that's a court decision. Shazia.
No, I think the argument is fair, and in fact it's given Arvind Kejriwal's argument a lot of teeth when he says and makes him look like a martyr, which obviously is not the case, because he could have held a constitutional post of the law ministry in obeisance for the gentleman Jitendra Tomar until the matter was cleared, and that was a position, moral position of Aam Aadmi Party before it contested and went to polls, saying that there is no compulsion to have somebody who's tainted. So I think in a way, the way the Delhi police acted, maybe in too much of a hurry or flurry or what have you. So I'm not speaking for the Delhi police at all.
Okay.
Because seriously, but the fact of the matter, so I'm not speaking for them, and maybe it might have been an overkill.
Okay.
You know, there was no need for such a strong and a hurried response, so to speak. They could have waited.
Yeah.
Because the case was strong on its merits. Because
Exactly.
the university, you see, the university, Bhagalpur University itself says that there was no such person who cleared the rolls. The college that Jitendra Tomar says he studied is itself not affiliated and has lost its affiliation, so to speak, and authority, validity.
Let me bring in Saurabh.
The degree, there are 2 colleges.
Yes.
So if you look in all these cases, there was no need to insist, and this matter has been going on since February. I remember Prashant Bhushan and Yogendra Yadav actually asking about this matter as to why do we have such a person. So what was the compulsion to have this?
Let's sort of answer that. Let's sort of answer
Delhi police
that.
might have done its number.
Saurabh, I think a lot of us are agreed that the police, let me ask my question. A lot of us are agreeing that the police probably overreached. That is not the same thing as saying Mr. Tomar is innocent. And therefore the political question in this political battle becomes, what was the need to make him a minister? By your own standards of absolutism that you have imposed on everybody else in the country, why not just ask him to step aside till the investigation was over?
Sure. We would have done it if we would have believed that he was wrong. Look, even in the High Court,
Yeah.
the university has said categorically, look, there is a catch. The university says that this roll number belongs to such and such person, which is not a law graduate, who is not a law student, and all those. So everything which is based upon is the roll number. However, there is another affidavit by the College of Mr. Tomar, which categorically says that Mr. Tomar studied in their college. His attendance records have been submitted to the courts. His admission records have been
But that
submitted
is in
to
the
courts,
LLB
and they have
case.
stated
It's kind
in
of
the
complicated,
affidavit
but that is in the
he was.
LLB
Yes,
degree,
that is
not
in
in
the
the
And that
undergraduate
college
degree.
does not even have legal validity.
Yes.
Shazia, what are you saying?
So,
Shazia, what
this
are you
matter-
saying?
The college, there is some work done on this, and I have seen the papers actually, so I know about the matter. I've been, so I know a little something. Now there is a fake degree which is of graduation, which is of Bundelkhand. At the same time, there is another document from Rajdhani College, Delhi. So the story goes that at the same year, first of all, an Indian student cannot be in 2 colleges
you know,
registered
Okay.
by the same name
So
in 2
the Aam
colleges.
Aadmi
That's one.
Party, the
Two,
Aam Aadmi
college
Party.
itself.
Okay, now Saurabh.
The college itself.
Saurabh, I think the point is that why would you take a political risk like this by including somebody in your cabinet where there are such serious questions? But I want to just come back here to the studio, and I'll come back to you, Saurabh. TSR Subramaniam, do you agree that there was overreach by the police in arresting?
Possibly, yes. I think over enthusiastic. But in the circumstances, knowing the psychology of police having, and they have been under the gun, under the cosh for the last month or 2.
Aam Aadmi Party would say the police didn't act on its own. They were asked to do this.
My question
Though
is not.
Rajnath Singh denies it
No, my
completely.
question is not whether over enthusiasm. My question is whether illegal, unconstitutional. No. Only one short point. Aam Aadmi Party has come to power on the plank of propriety, on the plank of Lokpal. Now they have taken the matter to the court, hoping it will take the usual 5 to 10 years time. They will pass through the 5 years time. Now, if the Lokpal had been there, the first thing he would have said on the evidence available, prima facie, please step down and let it. If it had been his secretary, not the law secretary, same charges were there, next day would have been suspended and say, come back when you are. So I think the public perception here is also that you say something, you say you're fighting for something else, you're actually something else.
Yeah, the standards Mr. Kejriwal set for Shakuntala Gamblin and the standards
the judge, by the way, did make
set for Jitendra Tomar are very
The judge
different.
made an observation that the arrest seems to have been very
farcical,
fast.
farcical, he said. That's what it was reported.
Fast, very
Farcical,
fast.
farcical.
Okay, very fast or
that's
very
what somebody
farcical.
said.
I read very fast, you read farcical. So, you're right that maybe it's a technical point to give the remand to the police that they've asked for. But to TSR Subramaniam's point about the perceptions. I'm
on another issue. You know, BJP as a party suffered during emergency. I know because my father was one of the first court which delivered the first judgment against emergency in 1975. Now, a party which has suffered during emergency is bringing in police Raj in Delhi is something which I can't fathom.
I will challenge that. Emergency
Shazia saying something.
Emergency
We
is
object to the presumption for it's embarrassing to see somebody well educated who claims to be a lawyer and calls himself a good citizen to make such wide sweeping accusations on a party, presuming that the Delhi BJP or BJP is behind Delhi police. What evidence do you have, sir, to say something like this? Do you have any evidence to corroborate the serious accusations?
Okay, let him answer now. Let him answer. He is entitled to his opinion. Okay.
Shazia, I'm sure that you.
No, sir,
I'm
but
sure
these are serious accusations, sir.
No, I'm sure you must have
It's a
felt
very
bad.
serious accusation,
You must have felt bad. But I know how the administration works. I have been.
But is it hyperbolic to compare it to an emergency like
No,
situation?
what I'm
It's
trying to
hyperbolic.
say.
Politics is full of hyperbole.
yes.
But let's.
What are you talking about?
The point I'm
It's a
making is,
joke.
why should we convert our country into a police state, a banana republic?
I
When I
don't
was
think-
coming to your
come on,
studio,
we are not a banana
you
republic
should
or a
have seen
police state.
the amount of police that was outside the Hoskas police station.
but,
Kind
you
of
know,
what
that can happen
Okay,
after a
30
road
police
accident.
and for what? And for what? That a man.
No, listen.
That a man
So
had.
you're not
I'm
saying
not-
he's innocent.
I'm
Vivek.
not saying that.
You're not
Not
on
saying.
whether he's innocent or
I'm in
not.
the manner and the method.
I'm telling you
How
that
is
the
an
police
emergency?
arrest of Mr. Tomar
How
is
are
or
citizens'
Jitendra Tomar is
rights,
overdone.
of
I'm
rights
looking that,
getting
but this is
clamped
not the emergency or a police state.
lot of
Please,
bunkum.
let's not get carried away.
don't exaggerate this. Number one, emergency comes when there is no charge at
That's
all.
it.
When arbitrarily
But
here
you are
there is no
doing it.
illegality. There may be excess here.
Does it
no,
merit an arrest?
It's not a question of merit. Is it illegal?
Okay,
Is it unconstitutional? No.
Vivek, I'll allow you a quick rebuttal, then we'll go back to Saurabh and Shazia.
Even during emergency,
Yes, exactly.
the arrests were not illegal, but
No,
it
no,
happened,
some-
and we said it
No,
was bad.
no.
As per the
I mean, it was
yeah,
condemned
fair
by the
enough,
country because it was bad, but it was not illegal. It's up
I
to
think
Supreme Court.
this
to
arrest
appeal.
conforms to the letter of the law, perhaps not the spirit of the law.
Problem.
Okay, Shazia, would you agree with that? Conforms to the letter but not to the spirit?
No, I think it has nothing to do with emergency. Arvind Kejriwal likes this gobbledygook, throwing around these phrases to make sure he looks like a victim. I think this is becoming not like political martyrdom, but more like political mockery of his own message. So I don't think it has anything to do with emergency or clamping down on rights whatsoever. If at all, it goes against all that he espoused. So, which is probity, and better standards for his candidates and ministers, so to speak. So I think it's nothing to do with emergency. It's a bit of a joke, if you ask me.
See, the fact is the
Ashok.
Tomar issue was also raised. I'm not talking about the arrest. The Tomar issue was also raised by Prashant Bhushan and
Yogendra Yadav.
So it's been something which Mr. Kejriwal has had on his table for some days now.
Saurabh, you want to respond to that? Yeah.
No, there must be a much more serious reason
want to say,
why he is not
look
the
at the
decision.
series
Some
of
internal reason
events.
must be there.
Once again, you're saying there's an internal
I'm-
reason.
I'm surmising.
On the file.
Sorry, Saurabh, make your point. Saurabh.
I'm saying that look at the series of the events. Yesterday, 1 p.m. afternoon, the Chief Minister noted in the file that we would like to reinvestigate the CNG fitness scam, and in that there is a suspicion over the LG also. In the night, the LG does a knee-jerk reaction, tries to force a joint CP of police as a chief of anti-corruption branch, which is already doing good, which was also illegal and unconstitutional. Late night yesterday, the Delhi police registers an FIR against Tomar. At 10 a.m. they pick him
So
up from the office with
you're
35
linking it
policemen
to the
from his
reopening
car,
of a case
and
and the Lieutenant Governor closed. You're linking
yes,
it.
everything.
Okay,
It is a knee-jerk reaction by the central government to just stop Delhi government from reinvestigating cases, which will also bring in LG under fire.
You know, Ashok, you know, in that interview to me, Arvind Kejriwal actually held up documents and he said, look, here's something very peculiar. He held up these documents and he said that the Lieutenant Governor closed a case of corruption inquiry that he was asked to sanction against senior bureaucrats who worked under Sheila Dikshit. Since then, they've reopened that. He also held up documents saying the Lieutenant Governor wanted to protect a police officer facing corruption charges. He wanted to interfere with that. The court upheld the right of Arvind Kejriwal's government to transfer that police officer. Sure. Do you see these events linked A with the Lieutenant Governor and B with Arvind Kejriwal's very scathing, very, some would say intemperate, some would say politically strong attacks on Amit Shah and Narendra Modi? Do you see the two things linked?
Leave aside the arrest, which I think is overdone.
Yeah.
I think Arvind Kejriwal has made a habit of making charges and of braggadocio almost, and this great bravado, including at the public meeting the other day where he said, if you want your money, told the municipal employees, if you want your money, ask the Prime Minister. He gave money to Mongolia. He's getting a bit carried away, and if he has
do you see linkages with the Lieutenant Governor as the Aam Aadmi Party is alleging?
I can't speak for the CNG case. There are other people who are saying that Justice Mudgal shut that case. I don't know whether that is true or not. I'm not qualified to speak on that. But what happened to the charges, the serious charges against Shakuntala Gamblin, which the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal made? They accused her of being a lobbyist for Reliance Power. And then what happened?
Yeah, Vivek, you want to come in on that? Last thoughts from all of you now.
No. In fact, we all agree on a lot of issues, and the arrest part is something which should have been avoided. So what
bothers you the most today? You started by saying it is like the emergency. You said that.
No, I said that because we can't bring in police raj in this country, because you don't know how a common man can suffer in a police raj.
But this is not a common man.
No. When you empower police and they are allowed to do such things, it percolates down to citizens. And I know how they can suffer. Why are people scared of going to a police station today? Tell me why.
So you're saying it's kind of a must, you know.
You should not. In a civilized society, we don't expect these things.
T.S. Subramaniam, I think I come back to what's at the heart of this standoff. Yeah. It's actually not Tomar. It is whether Kejriwal has the right to be like the Chief Minister of a full state.
Exactly.
That's what this is all about.
Even larger than that. It is Delhi a union territory or is it a state?
No, of course it's a union territory right now, but the point is every party is committed to full statehood.
You are saying that, but Kejriwal is not agreeing with that. That's the crux of it. I think, really speaking, what we need to settle it is a union territory. You got limited powers, define those powers, tell Kejriwal, work within them. I think that's the heart of the whole problem.
You know, I'd like to end with Sheila Dikshit ran a pretty good government. She had corruption charges against the government towards the end, but she ran a fairly good government. Madan Lal Khurana, in the 2 or 3 years he was Chief Minister, ran a fairly good government. They both had central governments from other parties. They both had lieutenant governors.
Arvind Kejriwal says they never fought for the rights of Delhi to be a full state, and he's the one fighting. And also he says no central government interfered with his right to appoint officers like is happening now.
If he could make all these points after giving Delhi good governance, which Sheila Dikshit did and Khurana in the couple of years he was around did, his case would be stronger. Okay,
last comment, Saurabh and Shazia, 30 seconds each, then we end. Saurabh.
I think the central government, the LG and the Delhi police are ganging up against the Arvind Kejriwal and his government so that we stop our anti-corruption plank.
Okay. Shazia.
I think, like I said earlier, you cry foul and sounds like crying wolf constantly. I think Arvind Kejriwal still has 60 departments under him and over 1 lakh employees. Even in this current situation with Delhi being a union territory, a lot needs to be done. BJP, I'm sure, and the Prime Minister and Home Minister have a lot of other adversaries and actual real agenda on their plate. So constantly is blaming others and suffering from a persecution complex.
Okay.
And treating Delhi people and citizens as guinea pigs for his political gimmicks is really most unbecoming.
Well, it's been a dramatic 24 hours and I suspect it hasn't ended yet. It's going to keep all of us in the media very busy, but we'll leave it here. Shazia Ilmi, Saurabh Bhardwaj, T.S. Subramaniam, Ashok Malik and Vivek Dhankha. Pleasure as always to have you on the program. See you all tomorrow night at 9 p.m.